first grade. Welcome to day 3 of our reading. Before we start, I'm going to read you a small little thing and we're going to practice main idea again. Remember, we're listening to what Miss Carson's reading and we're trying to figure out what it's mainly about. Here we go. Owen wants a pet. He would like a dog. He wants a black dog. He will call it Jet. Owen hopes he will get a dog soon. All right, I'm going to read it again in just a minute. I want you to get out your AMI notebooks and you're going to write what you think this passage is mainly about. Owen wants a pet. He would like a dog. He wants a black dog. He will call it Jet. Owen hopes he will get a dog soon. Is the main idea that Jet is Owen's dog? Owen wants a dog, or Owen's dog is brown? Think about what Miss Carson just read. Do you think the main idea is Jet is Owen's dog, Owen wants a dog, or Owen's dog is brown? You can record your answer. If you need to pause me while you write it, you can do that. Your answer is that Owen wants a dog. He tells us this because he says Owen wants a pet. But then he tells us what kind of pet. He says he likes a dog. He wants a black dog. He knows what he's going to name the dog. And he hopes that he will get a dog soon. Those are all details about Owen wanting a pet dog. If you got it right, give yourself a smiley face and your brain a kiss. If you didn't, you can fix it. And then next time you can try again. Maybe you'll get it. All right, today we are reading Chapter 3 of Junie B. Dumb Bunny by Barbara Park. We read Chapter 1 and 2 and we learned that Lucille is having a giant party, an Easter egg hunt that the Easter egg bunny is invited to. Did I say the Easter egg bunny? The Easter bunny is invited to. So we're going to find out today what happens next. It is called Chapter 3, Waiting, Waiting, Waiting. When I get to a picture, I'll stop and I'll show you the picture after I read the page. While Miss Carson is reading, I want you to picture what you're seeing in your brain, because there's not a whole lot of pictures in this chapter book. So I want you to picture the story in your mind, because today we're going to work on visualizing. And visualizing is just making a picture in your brain. And I've got an activity to go with visualizing when we're done reading. So make sure you're making that picture and thinking. It's called Chapter 3, Waiting, Waiting, Waiting. On Saturday morning, I jumped out of bed very excited, because today was the day of the party, of course. The Easter egg hunt! The Easter egg hunt! Today is the day of the Easter egg hunt! I sang real loud. I ran into Mother and Daddy's room and I turned on their light. The Easter egg hunt! The Easter egg hunt! Today is the day of the Easter egg hunt! I sang again. Mother opened one eyeball. It's not time to get up yet, Junie B, she said. It's still dark outside. Please go back to bed. I put my head next to her face. Yeah, only I don't think that's actually possible, I said. On account of my brain is already activated. Mother put her pillow over her head. I lifted it up. I'm going to find the golden egg today, I said. I told you about that. Right, Mother? Whoever finds the golden egg gets to swim in Lucille's hot water. I hugged myself, very happy. I would love, love, love to swim in hot water, I said, except for Sheldon and May want that prize too. Plus, Lucille loves Sheldon, and so maybe she might give him a hint or something, and a hint would not be good. I did a little frown. Plus, here's another problem, I said. May has bird parts. And birds can see as good as a hawk. Mother pretended to snore. I did a huffy breath at her. Sometimes mothers do not act like their age. Finally, I put the pillow back on her head and I went back to my room. Then I picked up my stuffed elephant named Philip Johnny Bob and we skipped to my closet to pick out party clothes. We looked at all my hangers. I said, What kind of clothes are good egg hunting clothes, do you think, Philip? Philip tapped his trunk. Well, let's see. Good egg hunting clothes should be easy to run in, probably. 'Cause when you spot an egg, you will have to beat people to it, right? He asked. Right, I said. Plus, good egg hunting clothes should not be a dress either, on account of sometimes when I am beating people to an egg, I will have to tackle them and get into a scuffle. Correct, said Philip. Tackling and scuffling often happens in egg hunts. He thought some more. Also, good egg hunting clothes should have big pockets to carry all the eggs you're going to find, he said. I nodded. Yes, plus good egg clothes have to be pretty, right, Phil? I said, because this is a fancy party, you know. I know, said Phil. Egg clothes should definitely be pretty. Like, we looked some more. Then, both of us spotted the pretty clothes at once. Like those brand new lavender overalls that Mother bought, we shouted real joyful. Phil threw himself way high in the air. Yes, the brand new lavender overalls will be perfect, Junie B, because lavender is exactly like purple almost. And purple is the color of your favorite glasses. He flung himself into the air again. We are a genius at picking out egg clothes, he said. Yes, we are a genius, Philip, I said back. I cannot lose the egg hunt in this perfect outfit. After that, I quick put on my lavender overalls, and then me and Philip ran to the window, and we sat down on the floor, and we waited and waited for daylight to come. The party was supposed to be at lunchtime. There was going to be a picnic before the egg hunt. That information was printed right on Lucille's fancy invitation. I read it to Mother and Daddy at breakfast. A picnic lunch will be served on the grounds before the event, I read. I smiled. I enjoy eating on the ground, I said. Mother laughed. Oh, I don't think you're going to be eating on the ground, Junie B, she said. Grounds are for rich people, and that's what they call lawns and gardens. I got down from the table and looked outside. Do we have grounds, I asked. Mother rolled her eyes and looked at Daddy. Heavens, no, Junie B, she said. What we have is weeds and crabgrass. Daddy sucked in his cheeks at her. Weeds and crabgrass is an issue, apparently. After breakfast, I waited for it to be time to leave. It was the longest morning I ever saw. Then finally, Daddy said it was time to go. And so I ran to the car, lickety-split. Lickety-split is the grown-up word for zippity-fast. It took forever to get to Lucille's house. We drove and drove and drove. Then, at last, we turned down Lucille's long driveway. Lucille's house, we're finally at Lucille's house, I shouted. I leaned my nose against the window. Remember when I came here last year, Daddy, I said. Me and my friend Grace spent the night at this place, and I ate dinner and breakfast in with her rich, expensive Nana. Then, oh my gosh, I saw her. I saw the rich, expensive Nana. She was standing there with Lucille's mother and daddy and brother. They were welcoming the cars. I opened my door and I ran to her. Well, we meet again, Nana, I hollered real happy. Then I hugged my arms around her middle, and then I tried to lift her off the ground. Only she didn't actually budge that good. I stepped back and looked at her. The Nana had put on a few pounds, I believe. After that, I tried to lift her again, but this time she took my arms away. Oh dear no, young lady. You mustn't try to pick me up, she said. You'll hurt yourself. I looked at her kind of puzzled. Yeah, only I'm not a young lady, Nana, I said. Look, see, it's me. It's Junie B. Jones. I pointed at my face. Don't you remember me, huh? I spent the night with Lucille and Grace. Remember that, Nana? It was the time of our life, I said. The Nana looked closer at me. Then, all of a sudden, drops of sweaty came on her head. She took out a tissue and dabbed herself. Oh dear. Yes, I remember now, she said. She did a little shiver. Junie B. Jones, I remember you well. I skipped around her in a circle. Today is going to be fun, right, Nana? Today I'm going to find the golden egg. After I skipped, I held out my hand to do a high five, but the Nana didn't actually respond, and so I just swatted at her sleeve, and that's all. There's the picture for this page. See, there's the Richie expensive Nana. There's Junie B. Just then, another car drove up the driveway, and I turned around. And oh boy, it was my good friend named Shirley. Plus, after Shirley came Sheldon. And after Sheldon came Roger. And after Roger came Camille and Chanel. And Herbert and Jose. And Lenny. And then all the rest of the children in room 1 came too. Only wait till you hear this. I didn't see you know who. Who do you think you know who is? Think in your brain. Who would who would Junie not like to see? I looked all around to be sure. Then I crossed my fingers for luck. And I hoped that maybe May wouldn't show up at all. 'Cause maybe she would forget that the party was today possibly. I ruined it, didn't I? Sorry, guys. I thought for a minute. Or else maybe her daddy's car would get floor flat tires. Or maybe his battery would go dead. Or maybe his muffler would fall off in the middle of the street. I thought some more and did a grin. Or else maybe May was playing in her backyard this morning and she bent over to tie her shoe and floof, she got carried off by a North American barn owl. I bent over and laughed out loud. That was a good one. All right, that is the end of that chapter. Tomorrow we're going to read Eggs and Sweaty and Other Stuff, chapter 4. And we talked a little bit about May's house, but we didn't describe it very much. So I want you to think about a house that's going to have grounds, which is what rich people call big, fancy lawns and gardens. What do you think about an indoor swimming pool and a giant house? What do you think May's house is going to look like? Draw it in your AMI notebook. You can label the parts of the house after you draw it. So if you draw the indoor pool, you can label it pool. If you draw the grounds, you can label those. You can draw what you think Lucille's room is going to look like. Draw what you think Lucille's house looks like. And then before we leave, I've got a math problem for you. A little challenge. All right. It has to do with Easter. Are you ready? I found 15 Easter eggs. My daughter found 6 Easter eggs. And my son found 4 Easter eggs. How many Easter eggs did we find all together? So you can replay that if you didn't hear the whole problem. But while you're solving, I want you to remember to find your friend 10. Because it's always a lot easier to solve a problem if you can find a 5 or a 10 in it. Go ahead and solve it. And then you can write your answer and show your work in your AMI notebook. And if you would, go ahead and tell me how you solved it. Write it with words and explain to me how you solved it, okay? Y'all have a good night, and we'll continue our stories tomorrow. See you later.